Hey everyone, welcome back to the Ouachita News Show. After last week's surprise snow, we're excited to be back in the studio and bringing you the latest Ouachita news.
Yes, but we weren't the only ones who enjoyed the snow last week. Students went sledding in creative ways all around campus, and they even made it to your house, Caroline.
That's true. We did have some people sledding down my hill outside of my house, and we also got to explore the inside of an igloo. So shout out to Leland because that was some impressive craftsmanship.
Well, unfortunately, the snow is mostly melted, but Blythe is back to give us the weather for this week. How's the forecast looking, Blythe?
Good morning, Ouachita weather watchers. I hope everyone enjoyed the snow last week because it's melting away this week. The high today is 60 degrees and the low is 43 for this afternoon. Tomorrow, there's a 66% chance of rain with a high in the 50s and the low is in the 40s. The temperature will drop into the 40s and stay there for most of Friday, and a chance of rain increases to 76%. The weekend, we see an increase in temperatures, but not by much. Saturday will be mostly cloudy with highs and lows in the 50s. There's a 35% chance of thunderstorms on Sunday. As always, this is Blythe Up with predictions by AccuWeather. And that's your 5-day forecast, whether you like it or not.
Thanks, Blythe. Last Tuesday was supposed to be Ouachita's annual International Food Festival. Due to the snow, the International Club had to postpone the event to this week, and it looked a lot different this year than last year. Here's Valeria Gomez with more about the International Food Festival 2021 Dorm Edition.
The International Food Fest is an event that happens every spring semester, and it has been a Ouachita tradition for many years.
The International Food Festival at Ouachita has happened for many decades now. We have always had international students and missionary kids attending Ouachita, and they love showing off a bit of their culture, a bit of their country. And it has become a cherished event on campus where we've had groups of 500 and 600 people visiting at this event every year.
This year, COVID affected many school activities, but the Grant Center found a way to make the International Food Fest happen.
Unfortunately, due to COVID this year, we've had to make alternate plans, and I think what we have has come together pretty well. We're calling it the International Food Festival Dorm Edition, and we are giving out these gift bags to faculty, staff, and students. So as you can see, we have 2,000 bags around our office that are going to be delivered to the students and on the day that the festival would have been. And inside each bag we have chocolates or goodies from every continent on the world, in the world, and it just represents the student body that we have here.
This event means a lot to international students because it's a time of the year where they get to share more about their cultures.
I think it's important just because this is the one time a year that really the spotlight is shown on the Grant Center for International Education. It's the one time a year that the spotlight is really shown on to our international students and third culture students. And everyone likes to have things that are special to them be in the limelight. And so I just think that our students have enjoyed this. They really participate in it because it gives them a chance to show off what's important to them, to their peers here at Ouachita.
If you are an American student and you want to get involved, there are many ways you can help.
There are many ways that the students can support and encourage international students. Obviously, during the Food Fest, we have not only international students helping with the deliveries, but we have some volunteers, American volunteers that have happily signed up. Many of them are part of the IC, the International Club. That is a way that they can get to know them better, to be a part of the International Club. And for that, you can either seek out Gwyneth Hadassah, who's the president this year of the IC, or any of the members of the club, and they'd gladly tell you more about it. But it's just an intentional effort to get together and hang out and do activities together with the international students.
Thank you to the Grant Center for all their effort and dedication in putting together the International Food Fest Dorm Edition. For the Ouachita News Show, I'm Valeria Gomez.
Thanks, Valeria. The International Club had to work hard to prepare for this year's event, but hopefully we'll see International Food Festival return to Walker Conference Center next year.
Ouachita has a lot of really talented students, and earlier this month, freshman Sam Conine's movie Pendleton premiered at the City Center in Little Rock. Tyler Fay had a chance to interview Conine about the movie and how he got into filmmaking.
Over the winter breaks, freshman student Sam Conine completed his first feature film. Ouachita students are known for being creative, and Sam is no different. I recently caught up with Sam to see how this film has changed his life for the better.
It's been a year since I started the journey, really started the journey. It's I had no idea what was gonna happen. If you would have told me a year ago yesterday, you're gonna make 2 feature films in 6 months and open your own media company and be working for clients that you go and shop at their stores now, that's so surreal to me.
With the help of Ouachita students, friends, family, and his media company, Conine produced his second film titled Pendleton, which premiered earlier this month.
Pendleton we started working on in September, I think was when I started talking to the writer, and she's out of Atlanta, a good friend of mine. And so started talking to her, and it was a lot of watching the last movie and saying okay, these are the areas where we messed up, or things that we thought we could work on and do better. And so from there it kind of became where can we make improvements, and how can I have more fun doing this?
Conine has a lot in store for his future, and has big plans for his career in filmmaking and running vibrant media company.
Another feature film will definitely be happening either in the summer of 2021 or in winter, premiering 2022, early January, February 2022. Vibrant's gonna keep running, keep working. I'm excited. I'm just willing to go wherever the Lord takes me. Whether that be, through Vibrant, blowing Vibrant up, or maybe saying feature films may not be the thing, let's try documentaries or let's try short films, that sort of thing. I'm just along for the ride.
He's following where the Lord leads him and is ready for anything. For the Ouachita News Show, I'm Tyler Fay.
Well, we've got Katie back in the studio this week, and she's giving us the latest on Ouachita's basketball teams. Katie?
Thanks, Caroline. Last week, the Great American Conference announced a change to the championship brackets for basketball. The first round will look the same, but the first round winners from the GAC's Eastern Division will play the top 2 seeds in its Western Division. The playoffs will start March 1st, and the championship game will be played on Sunday, March 7th. And Ouachita's women's team played an incredible game this weekend against Southern Arkansas University, scoring 102 points against the Mule Riders and winning the game by 16 points. The men's team also defeated SAU, and both teams played at Henderson on Monday night. The women won 69-66, and the men fell to the Reddies 82-75. Be on the lookout for this week's episode of the Roar Rundown airing this Friday. That's all I've got, so back to you, Caroline.
Thanks, Katie. Well, that's all we have for you in the studio this week.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Ouachita News and at Ouachita Weather Watch.
Stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy, Tigers. We'll see you next week with more of the latest Ouachita news.